And we in naturopathy, we suggest a basic pack called kidney pack. In kidney pack, what you have to do is keep a hot water bottle, what is generally used for any pains and aches, on the back of your body, right from the sternum, the back of the sternum till the lower back area, lumbar area. From the dorsal area to the lumbar area, you'll keep a hot water bag and keep an ice bag, a small jelly pack, cold jelly pack on the stomach, wrap with a cotton cloth, lie down in that posture for about half an hour to 45 minutes on empty stomach. If you had your lunch, maybe 2 hours after that. At least if you do it weekly 1 to 2 times, it is very good to improve the kidney function.
Sir, you have spoken about gut. Can you tell us a little more about the gut and why it's becoming such a big issue these days? I hear many people talking about gut health. What is the impact of not having a proper gut? What are our eating habits which are bringing gut as an important aspect? What do we need to do about it?
It's a very important, pertinent topic about gut health. Your gut is considered as your second brain in your body. Most of the people won't realize that your intestines or your gut is so very important for you, because in our body, I was studying and I was reading an article, we are more bugs than the cells, they say. That means in every human body is colonized by certain, kind of microbiota. It's called as gut microbiota. Each person's gut is unique. Even your fingerprints, generally they don't match, but they might match, but your gut microbiome is very important and very special organ in your body. What happens is, because of these days eating habits, especially eating more junk, all these artificial and preserved foods, and many people do avoid even milk products, saying that they are not happy. We have been told that, and many people think it's a fashion also to give up the milk products. They're saying that, we are lactose intolerant. They may not be lactose intolerant actually, but your traditional food habit says that, especially when you are living in a country, temperate country like India, tropical country, you have to consume buttermilk and curds, which is very important to improve your gut health. Okay, it is understood if somebody is really lactose intolerant, they cannot really have any milk products, that's fine. But people who have normal eating habits should make it a habit to eat at least a cup of curd or yogurt every day and drink 1 or 2 glasses of buttermilk. This is acting as a prebiotic food or probiotic food. These probiotics are very important to improve your gut health. Once your gut is good, your gut bacteria are working properly, the gut microbiome, what we call. If the gut microbiome is proper, whatever you are eating, it is properly assimilated, properly absorbed by the body, and also eliminated from the system. In this, especially the mothers, most of the women has to go through a cesarean section. The children who are born by natural birth versus cesarean section, if you see, their gut microbiome is entirely different. Because the gut microbiome passes from mother to child, from the womb, it crosses through the placenta and also the birth canal, and it comes into the young child. That is the reason people who are born by a natural delivery have proper natural immunity compared with, C-section deliveries. So gut is so very important. If somebody is maintaining the food habits and taking care of that, then half of your problems can be eliminated. Even gut microbiome plays an important role in your chronic diseases like diabetes. Diabetes can be controlled if you have a proper gut. Of course, all the digestive issues like hyperacidity, constipation, gases, flatulence, water retention or bloating, all these can be handled if your gut is happy. If you have to say in a single word, if your gut is happy, you are happy.
So what other, you suggested to have buttermilk and curd. What other foods would you advise us, and what timing of the day would you advise us to improve the gut?
Yeah, this is very pertinent that because to improve the gut health, you should start it more early in the day, because early morning it's good if you can consume, because the later part of the day, most of the people may not be able to tolerate the milk products. So make it a habit to have a glass of buttermilk along with your breakfast or juice, water. I mean, what are the fruits you are eating or breakfast you are having? You should have buttermilk, a glass of buttermilk. Along with your lunch, you should have a cup of curds. And people who are lactose intolerant, you might ask me the question, how would they improve on their gut health? Even they can be benefited by having the fermented foods like sauerkraut you have, or I was giving an example of tarwani, that kind of food, the soaked curd rice with soaked rice overnight, or even ganji for that matter, just the rice gruel. They are very traditional food habits, but has got a lot of impact on the health. So those things can be consumed, or if not possible, then direct supplements are also available. Lactobacillus supplements you have, those can be consumed, but those is for only emergency, not on a day-to-day basis. Eat more natural fruits, because the fruits will improve your gut health. Fruits contains the pectins and all, which is not readily digested by your intestine. That helps the body to improve the gut microbiome too.
Would you advise us to take vegetable juice first thing in the morning to improve the gut health?
Yes, it would help. That is the reason I was suggesting the ABC juice, apple, beet, carrot juice, because this even people who are suffering with allergies also can consume comfortably. And generally they are available. We have apples generally available now throughout the year, and carrots and beets are also there. You can take that. If not possible, you can even take general vegetable juice. 2 or 3 vegetables or even single vegetable juice you can consume first thing in the morning. That improves the gut health.
Which vegetables would you advise?
I would advise one can take celery juice, or fresh carrot. Carrot and parsley is good combination. Even carrot parsley can be had, or one can have even the dudi, or what we call the bottle gourd juice, or ash gourd is very good. Ash gourd, which is available throughout the year, what we call in Telugu as Buddu Gumadakai, and in the North India it is called as Peta or Kumda. Kumda is available throughout the year. Usually it is put in front of your houses, as a sign of prosperity, whatever. For even pujas, people use that. That is a natural alkali juice. See, it is important that your gut becomes more alkaline, your blood is alkaline, then your gut functions better. You have to avoid the acidic foods like coffee.
We see there is a question from Preeti. Should we stop consuming chicken, fish, and eggs also?
Well, that is your personal call. I don't take it. I don't say it like a blanket ban or whatever. It is one's own personal choice whether you want to be vegetarian or non-vegetarian. But if you want to be non-vegetarian also, be more aware. Have a informed and wise decision in eating non-vegetarian. You might have to have the lean meats like chicken or fish. That also has to be consumed wisely and not too frequently, because we know that non-vegetarian foods can increase the toxin formation in the body, because they're also adulterated. These days we don't get freshly grown chickens or the fish. Most of the waters are contaminated. So where the source of fish again? So that is a big question mark. Most of the fish and chicken that you are sourcing from market may not be good. Rather, try to have vegetarian food is quite enough. Most of the people say we want to eat non-veg for protein, but protein can be even consumed through vegetarian sources. There are good bodybuilders whom I can name a few who never ate non-vegetarian but have very nice muscles, even the 6 packs or 8 packs.
What kind of food can be taken for muscle growth?
Muscle growth, one has to take protein. Protein is very essential to take to improve the muscle growth, especially as I was mentioning the nuts. Nuts are very easily available, and throughout the year you can consume them. Soak them overnight and consume, because if you eat nuts directly, they are not properly absorbed, because they're like powerhouse of energy. You have to soak nuts preferably overnight, so that the bioavailability and bioabsorbability of the nutrition becomes easy for the body.
We hear a lot of talk about hormonal imbalances in today's society, and a lot of impact on it on women's issues. So what What is causing this? What is the impact of it? And what foods do you advise for that?
I was kind of addressing the same thing in my slides earlier on. The hormonal imbalances are mostly because of the faulty lifestyle. We have to blame the food also. Most of the food that we consume is not organically grown. Unfortunate, but it is, it has to also become like a public movement now. Wherever you are residing, whether it is the top of your building or in your kitchen garden, one has to start growing vegetables. Like one has to go back to the earlier good old days where every house had a kitchen garden. Then at least we were definitely sure of the quality of the vegetable and freshness of them. But nevertheless, we can also source from a good vendor or a good agriculturist or a farmer. We have farmers markets where there is at least a fairly good amount of fresh vegetables are available. Do take fresh vegetables. Make it a habit to consume fresh vegetables and fresh vegetable juices. They'll take you a long way. Even they will help you to reverse the chronic disease like diabetes. It has been proven. Many platforms are running. Many people have done it in their life are doing. And that also applies to even hormonal imbalances like PCOS or thyroid, for instance. If somebody adopts a natural lifestyle by eating right and keeping a cool mind and exercising, drinking enough water and rest and relaxation, then more than 50% can be controlled.
What are hormones?
Hormones, it's a very good question. It's more medical than general, but I would try to answer it in a nutshell. Hormones are like, catalysts in your body. If I have to say, hormones are such a kind of catalyst, they will propel you to function. There are various kind of hormones which has been designed into the human existence because there are pre-hormones also, which are there as a child. A person is endowed with pre-hormones. As a person grows and as he eats a food, the pre-hormones gets converted into hormones, and there is a nice endocrine system working in your body. Each hormone has got a good lock and key system right from the brain. From the hypothalamus in brain, the hormones are controlled mostly, and the gonads secretes certain hormones. Your kidneys are secreting certain hormones. So each and every part of the body is being controlled by the hormones. So hormones are essential, important for you.
Which organs secrete hormones?
Well, if I have to say, kidney is the top of the kidney. We have adrenals. They secrete a hormone, and gonads. The ovaries are secreting hormone. The testis, the scrotum, in the area of scrotum, testis, we have testosterone being secreted, and thyroid is being manufactured in thyroid gland, but the controlled by hypothalamus. The master control is at the brain. So it is an intricate system. So there only it comes, the gut-brain barrier is an important thing. GBA axis has suddenly become more prominent, because if that is the reason I was saying, if your gut is healthy, your brain is healthy.
So when you say the endocrine system, what is it and what are the hormonal imbalances that come with the endocrine system? Endocrine system is in which part of the body?
Which part, if you have to say, mainly various organs, as I was mentioning. Endocrines, like if you have in the gut area, in the intestines, you have pancreas. Pancreas is secreting the insulin. We have the alpha cells and beta cells in pancreas. Pancreas and beta cells secretes insulin, which is very important, especially in terms of the hormones that we are discussing. And thyroid hormone is secreted by the thyroid. Mainly the thyroid is controlled from the hypothalamus in brain. The controlling function happens from the brain. It is an intricate subject. Again, we can do one complete session on hormones itself, because I understand the inquisitiveness and interest in that every commoner would have, but there is quite a lot of mechanism being involved. A little bit of medicine about body the anatomy has to be brought in and all that.
What for the thyroid you had mentioned, for the PCS you had mentioned, what for kidneys, what food materials would you advise?
I would advise for the kidneys, the salt is very important. If you are consuming more salt, because as you all know, in our body there are certain important detoxifying organs. The major organ in your body is liver. Liver is a master gland, as I was asking endocrines again. Liver is a master gland in your body. Whatever you're putting in, even a drop of water has to go through the liver, or the medicine that you are consuming, the food you are eating. So liver takes care of maintaining, processing and eliminating anything that is coming in. Then important is the kidneys. Kidneys would take care of your water metabolism in the body. How more is the water you are consuming, either in the form of water or the juices. The food we eat also gets converted into water. Then only it gets absorbed. So that everything filters through the glomeruli, we call nephrons of kidney. These are the basic filtering units. So those have to filter the food and liquids, then they send them out through the urine. So the urine output is good, you are functioning good. Otherwise, what happens generally, water retention can happen, or some people will have various other problems. For that, salt one has to look at the direct salt and indirect salt. Indirect salt comes in all these preserved foods and tinned foods, over the counter what you eat, the ready to eat foods, all the fast foods. So what you have to take care to have a proper kidney function is, again coming back to basics, take more foods rich in potassium, like fruits and vegetables. They are naturally rich in potassium, which will help to improve the kidney function. And barley is a good help. You can consume barley water, 1 or 2 glasses, especially people who have got water retention tendency in the body, or you think that your kidneys are not optimally functioning. Barley would help to flush your kidneys properly. And you can even consume tender coconut water. When the coconuts are available, you can take coconut water, barley water, and sabza seeds. You can soak in water and can have sabza water and dhania water. All these are natural supplements to improve the kidney function. And in naturopathy, we suggest a basic pack called kidney pack. In kidney pack, what you have to do is keep a hot water bottle, what is generally used for any pains and aches, on the back of your body, right from the sternum, the back of the sternum till the lower back area, lumbar area. From the dorsal area to the lumbar area, you'll keep a hot water bag, and keep an ice bag, a small jelly pack, cold jelly pack on the stomach, wrap with a cotton cloth, lie down in that posture for about half an hour to 45 minutes on empty stomach. Or if you had your lunch, maybe 2 hours after that. At least if you do it weekly 1 to 2 times, it is very good to improve the kidney function.
What about castor oil packs? What do you have to say on that? What is the impact of it?
Castor oil packs are very
for
good.
women, what is it impact?
Yeah, for women especially, most of the women suffer with water retention and flatulence. For them, the castor oil pack is very good. It helps to remove the constipation, which is mother of all the problems. Constipation is removed, proper bowel movement is facilitated, the gas and acidity will be made neutralized normally by doing a castor oil pack. It's very simple pack again. Take some castor oil, good quality, cold pressed castor oil, preheat it a little bit, make it a little warm, and massage it on your stomach. Anybody can do it, or your mother can do, vice versa. You just massage over the abdomen in a clockwise direction, not like a hard massage. Gently rub it on the stomach, and then you take a hot water bottle and keep it on your stomach for some time. Then you can wrap it up with a kind of a plastic cloth so that the water is retained. You keep this hot water bottle on it and wrap it back. So all these you can experience once, so it's easier for you to do them. Castor oil pack is very good for people who think that they have bloating and flatulence and constipation and suffering with acidity. At least weekly 1 or 2 times. It's a good gut reset.
You said hormonal imbalances also happen in your ovaries and the scrotum. What would you advise for that? What kind of food? What kind of any other chitkas like this that you suggested?
Yeah, for that, especially for women, I want to give a small chitka. We call it as wet girdle pack. Very simple to do. It's good for men as well as women, especially if you are looking at improving the reproductive health. So what you need to do is you wear first a wet innerwear. Okay, make your innerwear wet and drain it of water. Make so that it is wet. Over that, you have to wear a dry innerwear and keep both of them on for about 1 hour. Either you could do an empty stomach sometime in the morning if you have time, or once you get back to home at the end of the day before you retire, do it for 1 hour and remove it. This would improve the pelvic circulation. The circulation to your ovaries would be improved, your uterus, your fallopian tubes. Not only that, there is improved blood circulation to your gut also. So this helps especially for women who has hormonal imbalances, who are suffering with irregular periods or polycystic ovary, or any kind of premenstrual tension, PMS, menopausal phase, premenopausal phase. It's a very good aid. It is really helpful. One can do that. And for men, especially who has any scrotum pain, hydrocele, or who has prostate hypertrophy. It is very common in men after the age of 50. These days we see after the age of 40 only. So this prostatic hypertrophy can be improved by doing this wet girdle pack.
How many times a week would you suggest we should do it?
We should do every day if possible. There is no harm.
Then what about for the pancreas? What do you suggest?
For pancreas, as you learned the kidney pack, you just have to reverse. This is called GH pack, gastrohepatic pack. Where in gastrohepatic pack, there is a hot water bottle on the stomach or abdomen area. There is a ice pack or jelly pack on the back. Again, you wrap with a cold cloth. This is very good to improve the pancreatic circulation. And in yoga, we have something called Agnisar Kriya. Agnisar Kriya is you have to inhale and exhale, and you have to move your belly. It's called the bellows breathing, and you have to move, flap the abdomen. Under the guidance, you can learn from any yoga instructor. Very easy to learn, but very effective to improve the pancreatic function. Good for digestion. So that's good. And cold baths again, cold hip bath.
What is this yoga thing that you suggest? Can you repeat the name?
I would repeat it as Agnisar Kriya or Udyan Bandh.